Welcome to Charlie Manor Field here in Buena Vista, Virginia, as Southern Virginia University takes on Regent out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. Should be in for a good one today. The weather is really nice. It's around 70 degrees, got a little bit of breeze, so hopefully we see a little bit of dingers today. We'll be with you with the first pitch. As the first pitch is coming your way, we have James Horsley stepping on the mound for Southern Virginia University. Sorry about that interruption. As the first pitch is going to be a ball here for James. Second pitch coming your way. That's going to find the strike zone, and it's a strike 1-1 count, top of the first here. As he's going against number 6, Nathan Vaughn for Regent. Third pitch coming their way. That's going to be another ball, making it a 2-1 count here early for SVU. Pitch is thrown. It's going to be a strike and finds the zone. 2-2 count here early, top of the first for SVU. As SVU previously on Saturday took on a doubleheader where they're able to go 1-1. And now they're looking to defend home field again. And he's going to swing on that one. It's going to be hit, and it should be a pop-up for 31, and he snags it. As Holden Bybee gets the out there. That was a great start for the young pitcher. He's a freshman out of Utah. James Horsley gets his first out. Let's see what we can do here. 1 out, top of the first. He's going to swing on that one. And it's going to skid past the shortstop, excuse me. It's going to land in the outer field. And that's going to be a runner on first for Regent here early in this ball game. As Jordan Hunt out of Virginia Beach, was able to make contact with that ball and get a first and get on first. 1 out, 0-0 count here. First pitch coming your way. He's going to miss the strike zone a little outside. That's going to be a 1-0 count here early with a runner on first. Let's see what James Horsley can do here. Second pitch coming. Again, a little outside. 2-0 count here. With 1 out, top of the first, Regent's looking to get a runner in scoring position as the freshman's on first here. And they're going to rule that a ball, 3-0 count. Fourth pitch coming your way right here. as Jaden Alvarez is at bat. That's his name, number 13. He's going to find the strike zone. There we go. 3-1 count here for SVU. As number 17, Jordan, is from Glen Allen, Virginia. 3-1 count here. Top of the first still. 1 out. Runner on first. As that runner's going to steal second. Is he going to make it? And he's safe. He's able to steal second. So now we have a runner on first. Still a 3-1 count here. I'm sorry, 3-2 count here. As the last ball was a strike. Just could not get the runner out on second. Regent has a runner in scoring position early in the top of the first. James Horsley. Pitch is going to be outside. It's going to be a walk on a full count. Regent has a runner on first and a runner on second as they're looking to build an early here lead, top of the first. Top of the first here with 1 out, runner on first, runner on second. As up to bat for Regent. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. 0-1 count here. Maddox German is up to bat for Regent here. Trying to get that runner, number 2 home, the freshman out of Virginia Beach. Let's see what he could do here. 0-1 count with 1 out, runner on first, runner on second. Pitch thrown. And he's going to try to steal third, and he's going to get it. He's able to steal third. Wait. Is he out? Oh, they ruled him out. They're able to get him out. Runner gets caught stealing second. Excuse me. I'm a little confused what just happened there. The umps are talking about it. Let's see what is going to happen here. The ump is talking to the SVU head coach. We're trying to figure out the situation. As it looks like he just got caught stealing. So I'm trying to see what they're about to do here. And the runner is going to go back to second? Wow, okay. So it looks like he didn't get caught stealing, and it's still... Oh, he did. No, they called the batter out. Excuse me. So now it's a 0-0 count. Runner still on second, and that should be a pop-up for the outfielder, and it is. Out. SVU is able to get out of the inning without giving up any runs from the freshman pitcher, and we'll be back with you bottom of the first. And welcome back. We're going to be bottom of the first here in a 0-0 ball game as Seth Lloyd for Southern Virginia University is going to be the first at-bat of this game. Last inning was good enough to get out of there without giving up any runs. And sorry about the confusion. It looked like they rolled the batter out instead of the runner that was stealing third. Either way, SVU gets out of that inning without giving up any runs. 0-0 ball game. Top of the first with Seth coming your way. Seth Lloyd is up to bat here. Taking on, excuse me, it's a little hard to see who the pitcher for Regent is. Give it to you here in a second. As the first pitch is not going to find the strike zone and be a 0-1 count, or a 1-0 count, excuse me. That's another ball outside 2-0 count. As it looks like the pitcher is Trevor Richardson, if I'm reading that correctly, out of Hayes, Virginia. That's a 3-0 count here, top of the first, with Seth Lloyd up to bat. And he's going to show bunt here. And he's not going to find it, but that's going to be a strike as that ball gets to the strike zone. Excuse me, it's Caden Hurley, the pitcher for Regent, out of Solida, Virginia. And that ball's going to pop straight to the shortstop. And that's going to be out number 1 for Southern Virginia University. As next up to bat is Marcelino. And a 0-0 ball game, bottom of the first here for Southern Virginia University. Let's see what Marcelino could do. Against Caden Hurley, the junior. First pitch is not going to find the strike zone. It's going to be a 1-0 count. Second pitch coming. That's going to be another ball, 2-0 count. 1 out for SVU. And a swing and a miss by Marcelino. It's going to be a 2-1 count here. As Logan Austin is up to bat next for Southern Virginia University. Trying to get the bats started off a little hot today. And that's going to hit the batter. And it's going to be a walk and sends a runner to first as Marcelino gets on first base. As Caden missed him completely and ended up hitting the batter. And next up for Southern Virginia University is going to be Logan Austin, number 16 out of Ruffin, Virginia, a local guy. And that ball's going to be a little too far outside. It's going to be a 1-0 count, bottom of the first with 1 out, and a runner on first for Southern Virginia University. Can they get someone in early? They played Regent earlier in this year. In a game they lost 6-7. That ball is going to be a wild pitch. It's going to send Marcelino to second base here early. Moves a runner to scoring position here. And it's going to be a 2-0 count for Logan Austin. Can SVU get a runner home? Can they get Marcelino home here? He's on second. 1 out remaining. Bottom of the first. Pitch coming. That's going to be another high pitch for the junior, Caden. Now it's a 3-0 count here. Can he find the strike zone? Or can Logan Austin get on base? Fourth pitch coming your way. And he's not going to find the strike zone. It's going to walk a batter. Logan Austin gets the first, and Marcelino still on second here. as Bobby Rossi steps up to bat here early for SVU. Has a perfect chance to get Marcelino home in an RBI situation here with 1 out remaining. First pitch is going to be outside. As Caden Hunley has had a hard time today of finding the strike zone early on. It's a 1-0 count, 0-0 ball game, bottom of the first, 1 out. And is that going to find the strike zone? It's not going to find the strike zone, as it looks like it was a cutter a little too high, as it's 2-0. As Hayden Hunley, is having a hard time even finding the strike zone. What can he do here against Robbie? 2-0 count. That's finally going to find the strike zone, making it a 2-1 count here with 1 out. Still runners in scoring position for SVU as they have a runner on second here. As Bobby Rossi's looking to get Marcelino home. Can he do it? 2-1 count. He's going to swing at that one. That's going to be hit, and it should be a pop-up. Is it going to land? And it's going to be a foul ball. As number 12, the outfielder for Regent, was a little too slow. And Colton Sadford, the freshman from Seaford, Virginia, couldn't make the play. A 2-2 count here. What can he do here? Can Hunley finally get the batter out, get it out going? He started off strong, getting Seth out. What can he do here? That's going to be almost in the dirt. 3-2 count here. Bases loaded opportunity if Hunley cannot find the strike zone here. Full count. Pitch coming your way. It's going to be a swing and a miss here, as Hunley is able to find the strike zone. That's the second out. There's one more out remaining in this inning. Bottom of the first for SVU as they have a runner on first and a runner on second. Similar situation to what happened to Regent a half an inning ago. And that's not going to find the strike zone. It's going to be... And the runners are able to get to third and second here. My apologies, didn't know what just happened. As they move the runners to third and second here, a perfect opportunity for Robert Stippen to go ahead and get a run going as Marcelino's on third, looking like he wants to make a run for it. That's going to be another ball. Should be a 2-0 count here, bottom of the first with 2 outs remaining. As Garrett Stuffer is on deck. And let's see if they can bring anyone home for SVU and take an early lead. That's going to be a swing and a hit. And that should be an infield pop-up for number 3, the shortstop, and he makes the catch. Keegan Hager, the shortstop from North Chesterfield, Virginia, retires the inning. And we'll be back with you top of the second here at Charlie Manuel Field. Sorry about that, and we're back here at Charlie Manning Field, top of the second here, as SVU is already 1 out with 2 remaining here. This is going to be a 2-0 count for James Horsley here, again, the freshman. It seems like there's a lot of freshmen and younger guys playing today. It's going to be swinging. It should be a pop-up straight to third baseman and Marcelino, and he gets him out. That's going to be second out of the inning here as Colton Stanford cannot get to first in time. As Ben Tweedy is up to bat here for Regent. Ben is a junior from Ala Vista, Virginia. Ala Vista, Virginia. Top of the second here, 2 outs. The young pitcher for SVU and James Horsley has looked great today. Let's see if he can continue that success. That's going to be a ball, 1-0 count. Second pitch coming. That's going to be another ball, 2-0 count here. As James Horsley's been cooking here early. Let's see if he could retire this inning here. Third pitch. It's going to be a swing, and it's going to be a hit, and it's going to be a foul ball. Wow, that was close. That's going to be a 2-1 count here. Bottom of the second. Top of the second. 2 outs. One more out, retires their inning. What can he do here? James Horsley. Pitch is going to be thrown. It's going to be swung on. It should be a pop-up for the outfielder. If he can make the play, may be able to make the play. As number 31, Holden Bybee, the freshman, is able to make the play from Oregon. And that's going to retire the inning here. And we'll see you back bottom of the second with SVU up to bat. Welcome back. Bottom of the second here in a 0-0 ball game as SVU last inning left a runner on third and second. Let's see what Garrett can do here. That's kind of missed the strike zone, being a 1-0 count for Garrett. That's Caden Hunley, again, is the pitcher for Regent. And let's see what they can do here. 1-0 count. And a 0-0 ball game. Second pitch going to be again outside, as that slider just keeps getting away from him. 2-0 count here early for the junior. Third pitch coming your way. That's going to again miss the strike zone, making it a 3-0 count early here. As Garrett is looking to get a hit or even walk at this point. Let's see what he can do here. That's going to be inside. fast and inside, and that's going to be a 3-1 count. That was a good pitch here for Hundley, something we haven't said too much here. Now let's see what he can do now. Garrett's going to swing on that one, and it's going to be a foul ball. All of a sudden, we have a full count, a 3-2 count here, bottom of the second. And that pitch is going to find the dirt on a full count and send Garrett to first. TJ Peterson's up to bat here for Southern Virginia University, as now there's a runner on first. And it looks like Holden Bybee is going to be on deck for SVU as they have a runner on first. What can they do here? First pitch. That's going to hit the batter, and that's going to move a runner to second and a runner to first. As Caden Hundley has not looked strong here, as he's hit 2 batters and just gave up a bunch of balls here. And let's see what he could do here against Holden Bybee, the freshman from Oregon. Let's see what he can do. As the catcher and pitcher are kind of having a talk here, trying to slow him down, trying to calm the pitcher down. Hundley hasn't been exactly precise today, but that can change. And let's see what he could bring here against a freshman and Holden Bybee. As Holden has a chance to get an RBI here, as we have a runner in scoring position on second and a runner on first, bottom of the second with 0 outs here. And a 0-0 ball game. First pitch coming your way. And he's going to go for the bunt. He's going to miss. And that's going to be a strike. 0-1 count here. Still no outs remaining. SVU, this is a prime position to start building on a lead here. If they could get someone home. As he's going to show bunt again. Is he going to get it, though? And he's not going to get it. But is that ball? And that ball's going to be too low, though, so it's going to be a 1-1 count. It was hard to tell if that ball was able to get in that strike zone, but it wasn't. 1-1 count here. As is Bybee going to attempt? He's going to do for another bunt here with a runner on second, a runner on first. And he's going to not get it again. Made contact with it, but it's going to be a foul ball. It's going to be a 1-2 count here. You got to think maybe his coach is the one telling him to bunt here. This is a good position just to swing. You have no outs remaining in the inning, and you never know what could happen here. But let's see what he does. If he's going to go for the bunt or go for the swing here. 1-2 count, bottom of the second. And he's going to go for the bunt again. And that's going to be a ball. A little too far outside. 2-2 count here. Again, you got to think maybe it's coaching, that they just want him to bunt here and move a runner to third. But why not just swing at that thing, right? It's a windy day. Let's see what can happen here. And that's going to be a little too high. 3-2 count here, a full count. As the pitcher knows he's bunting, and that could kind of be a little scary as a pitcher if you know he's going to bunt and you don't know exactly what pitch you want to throw him. But he's throwing bunt again on a full count, and it's going to be a foul ball. Or no, excuse me, a strike, because he goes straight to the pitcher and the catcher. So that's going to be a strike here on the bunt attempt. As now there's someone on second and someone on first. He just was not able to make good contact with that bunt. Again, you got to think maybe you just swing there. As Jackson Jones step up to bat here, the sophomore out of Boise, Idaho. He's going to have a 1-0 count versus Hundley here. Bottom of the second, still SVU has runners on scoring position, has a runner on second, and has a runner on first. Can they get someone home here? That's going to be a 2-0 count for Jackson Jones. Again, the sophomore or junior action here. As Hundley, as I kept saying, has had a hard time finding the strike zone early in this game. But he has not let up any runs, and that's crucial to know. 2-0 ball game, 1 out, bottom of the second. That's not going to find the strike zone. That's going to be a 3-0 count. That one looked really close. That one could have went either way. But it's a 3-0 count here. And if he plays his card right, he might get walked again, and then we'll have bases loaded here early for SVU. And that's exactly what happened. Bases loaded for SVU. With the opportunity to get a home run here, Seth Lloyd is able. Can he bring at least someone home? Can he get an RBI, or can he hit a grand slam here early, bottom of the second, as the manager is going to come talk to Hundley and kind of calm him down, as he hasn't had success finding the strike zone at all. He's got bases loaded here. Seth, the senior, has an opportunity to get a grand slam here, or better yet, just get someone home. And we'll be back with you after he's done talking to his young pitcher. They're going to leave Hundley in the game here after that short little pitcher coach conversation as Seth Lloyd has a chance to get a runner home. 1 out and bottom of the second, and that first pitch is going to find the zone. 0-1 count. Maybe his coach told him to be a little bit more aggressive here. We will see, but it's important to note Seth is one of the staple points players of this team. What can he do here? That's good. A ball going to be too far outside. 1-1 count here. Bottom of the second. Seth Lloyd is known for being a patient hitter. Can he be patient enough to find the ball he wants to hit? Because it looks like Hundley will give it to him if he's patient enough. Third pitch coming. 1-1 count. He's a swing and a miss. 1-2 count for the senior and Seth Lloyd. As can he at least get an RBI? Can he just get the ball up and get a runner home? Can he get Garrett home as he's a runner on third? Pitch is thrown. It's going to be a hit. Foul ball. Woo, that was close too. That was really close. If that would have stayed fair, you would imagine that would have probably sent 2 home for SVU. But it's going to be a 1-2 count with 1 out. Bottom of the second here. Can Seth Lloyd get someone home? Pitch coming. And Hundley's going to miss, and it's going to be a ball. 2-2 count. This is a better at-bat, or pitching, for Hundley in this at-bat. And let's see if he can retire the batter and have Marcelino come up. And Seth is going to be another foul ball. And that one was close again, too. 2-2 count. Seth is staying alive. Let's see what he could do here. 2-2 count, 1 out. Bases loaded for SVU. Can they get someone home? Or can Hundley shut that door? Pitch coming. And that's going to be a ball. And that might have been a little debatable. 3-2 count. I think that found the zone, but they're not going to rule that finding the zone. 3-2 count. Bases loaded. Seth is staying alive here at bat. What can he do here? Hundley. Pitch is thrown, and it's going to hit the batter. That's going to send Garrett home. Move Seth to first. And look at that. Like I said, Seth is a very patient hitter, and he stayed alive, and good results will happen. As that's the third batter Hundley has hit this afternoon. As he, again, just hasn't had too much success finding the strike zone. And early on, that looked like a good stand from Hundley, but he just wasn't able to finish it. As Marcelino, with 1 out in the whole inning, is up to bat with bases loaded. Can he hit a grand slam here? Pitch is thrown. That ball's going to be too low. It almost hit the dirt there. 1-0 count. Catcher did a good job of trying to pull that up, but that's not going to go. 1-0 count. Bottom of the second in an 0-1 ball game for Southern Virginia University, as they're up early here. Marcelino's going to swing. It's going to be a foul ball. 1-1 count. 1 out still remaining. And again, if the batters from SVU could stay patient, you might get hit by a pitch and send someone else home. So you could stay patient with this pitcher early on. and wait for your pitch. As Hundley winds up and throws his third pitch and finally gets a swing and a miss. 1-2 count here with 1 out. Can Hundley retire Marcelino and try to get out of this inning without any more SVU runs being scored? It's going to be another swing and a miss, and that retires Marcelino as Hundley is finally able to get a strikeout there. As Logan Austin steps up to bat here. Same situation, though. There's 1 out remaining for SVU, but bases are loaded. As you can imagine, a single could get someone home, just make contact with that ball, and that's going to be too far inside. 1-0 count. Maybe not even have to make contact with it. Staying alive, like Seth showed you, can lead to runs being scored by getting hit by the pitcher or just getting walked. As again, this pitcher has had a hard time finding the strike zone. 1-0 count. Logan Austin's going to hit that one. That should be a routine pop-up, and that is going to be. And that retires the ending, but SVU is able to take the lead 1-0 over Regent from Virginia Beach, Virginia. And we'll be back with you top of the third here at Charlie Manuel Field.
Introducing Sport Performance. But not just this. They told you to choose books or the ball, the classroom or the court. But that was never you. You study like it's your playbook, you train like it's your thesis. Your body's in motion, your mind's building the future. Because greatness isn't just in the stats. It's in your discipline, your character, your purpose. Master your sport, master yourself. This is Sport Performance at Southern Virginia University.
We're back, top of the third here, and a 1-0 ball game as SVU was able to take the lead there, really by walking and getting people on base that way instead of hits. But you'll take it as James Horsley is back up to pitch here. It's going to be a swing and a hit, and that's going to be a pop-up straight to first, and that's going to be an out. That was a quick out for Ethan Locks. As Nathan Vaughn steps up to bat here. As so far, James Horsley has had a really good outing early in this game in a 0-1 game for Regent. Let's see what he could do here versus another freshman. Freshman on freshman action. Let's see what these two young guys could do here. 0-0 count, first pitch. That's going to find the zone. I wasn't the fastest pitch, but that found the zone in the top right. 1-0 count with 1 out. Pitch loading coming. Swing and a hit, and almost popped back up to James, but he can't make the play as Bybee, the outfielder over here, is able to get the ball and give it back to the second baseman, as that's going to be a single for Nathan, and as he gets aboard here. As I was just talking about how good James Horsley was doing, and he's still doing good. Singles happen. But let's see if Regent can kind of get back in this game, get their bats hot, as Jordan Hunt is up to bat here. As earlier, he had a hit today. Can he get some momentum flipping on Regent's side here? 0-0 count. First pitch coming. No, he's going to throw it back to the first base. Woo. Almost went out of the glove of number 8, Garrett, but he's able to make the play. 0-0 count. Jordan up to bat. What can he do here? As the runner's going to steal second, is he going to get there? Out! And he's out for the second out of the inning. As there's kind of no need to try to steal here, as James is a good hitter on the season. But, you know, Nathan's going to try to steal, so he gets thrown out here. And a 0-1 ball game. Now the count is still 0-0. Let's see what they can do here. 2 outs. 1 out remaining. Can James get him out here? A swing and a miss, and that was a heck of a pitch. 0-1 count. What a pitch by James. He's cooking early. Can he keep cooking? James again is a freshman from Utah. Let's see what he can do here. Pitch a little too high. 1-1 count. Third pitch coming. 1-1 count. Versus a good batter on the year in Jordan Hunt. Now Paul's not going to find the zone. 2-1 count. 2-2 count here. Top of the third here. And that ball's going to be a little too high, so we're going to have a full count. Things are getting interesting. Full count here for James. Top of the third here in a 0-1 ball game for SVU. Payoff pitch coming. Swing, and it's going to be a hit. It should pop up straight to Bybee. It makes the play and retires the inning. As SVU allows a runner to get onto second, throws them out, and then able to quickly get rid of the next 2 guys. As we'll see you, bottom of the third, as SVU is up to bat. Wood comes in, the freshman at Glen Allen, Virginia, comes in for Hunley. As it looked like Hunley was hurt as he got checked out by SVU's medical staff, so hopefully he's doing good. But now we get to see Caleb Wood up early in this game as he can't find the box either, and it's going to be a 1-0 count here, bottom of the third, in a 1-0 ball game for Southern Virginia University. Let's see what Caleb could do here. As he's going to find the zone. 1-1 count for Caleb Wood. That's going to be another ball. 2-1 count. That was just a little too far inside. As up to bat here. That's going to be a pop-up. And he's able to make the play. Number 11, Jaden Alvarez from Newport News, Virginia, makes the play on Bobby and gets him retired. That was a great play by number 11, the outfielder, as Robbie Stempin steps up to bat here. That's going to be a 1-0 count to start. Again, amazing play by number 11 from Regent, Jaden Alvarez. Let's see what he can do here. Let's get to find the zone, a strike. 1-1 count here with 1 out, bottom of the third, and a 1-0 ball game for Southern Virginia University. Pitch coming. Swing and a hit, and Robbie is going to, it's going to be a foul ball. Not for Robbie. My apologies. That ball's going to be a ball, 2-2 count here with 1 out. Fifth pitch coming. That's going to be, again, too far inside as Caleb, again, missed the strike zone here. Now it's a full count, 3-2 count. Bottom of the third, 1 out. What can happen here? And that's going to be a walk. As Robbie instantly knew it was going to be a walk. And he gets on first as Garrett Stauffer is up to bat. And on deck is going to be Mr. Peterson. And let's see what can happen here. 0-0 count. He's going to swing, and it's going to be a hit. And he's going to try to make the double play, and it's not going to happen. As the third baseman was trying to make the double play, and he just couldn't get a good enough throw on it. So that's going to be a single for Garrett, getting the second baseman, getting the first, to second, and having Garrett on first. As Robbie is going to be on second. So SVU again with runners in scoring position as he's talking to the ump and his coach. It looks like he might have slid in there a little awkwardly. Hopefully he's okay as Tad Peterson is up to bat here. Number 17, a freshman from Utah. As a lot of younger guys are getting some opportunity this game as Southern Virginia is going into conference play here soon. Southern Virginia is sitting at a 5-15 record as Regent is 10-10 on the year. Let's see what can happen here. 0-0 count. Runner on second, runner on first. As the ball's going to hit the dirt. 1-0 count here for Tad. Tad is a pitcher and first baseman, so he's a very versatile freshman from Utah. What can he do here? Runner on second, runner on first. 1-0 count. That ball's going to be too high. 2-0 is the count here. As again, runners in scoring position for SVU. What can they get done here? As Caleb is trying to slow it down a little bit, find the zone, find his rhythm. He's going to step off the mound here. Still a 2-0 count, bottom of the third here. Pitch is thrown. It's going to be hit, and that is going to go back. That's coming straight to us. And it should be a play for the outfielder, and it is. And it's not going to be a tag-up opportunity for Robbie in second. So runners are going to stay. That's going to be a second out of the inning here. As Holden Bybee is up to bat here, bottom of the third. Last opportunity he had to bat was he was going for the bunt attempt, but in this situation I can't imagine he does. So we'll get to see him swing at something from Caleb. What can he do here? 0-0 count. First pitch coming. That's going to find the zone. Looks like a cutter high. 0-1 count. Runners in scoring position for SVU. Runner on second and a runner on first. Again, a little too far inside. 2-0 count. That almost hit Bybee. 2-0 count here. Runner on second, runner on first. Excuse me, 1-1 count here. It's going to be swing and a hit. That's going to go be a foul ball. And that's a souvenir for a fan here. That's going to be a 1-2 count here, bottom of the third with 2 outs. Let's see what can happen here. A swing and a miss, and that's going to retire their inning as Caleb has looked strong since getting subbed in here in the third inning, allowing a runner to get on second, but nothing comes from it for SVU as they lead 1-0 against Regent, and we'll be back with you top of the fourth. As we're back here, top of the fourth in a 1-0 ball game, as we do have a pitching change for SVU as Emerson Robinson comes in to the game here for SVU early on. As that first pitch is not going to find the zone, a 1-0 count here early for Emerson. That's going to be another pitch that doesn't find the zone as he's going up against Jaden Alvarez, the junior from Newport News, Virginia. Let's see what can happen here. That's going to be swinging a hit, and that's going to find the sweet spot between the outfielder and the infielder, and it's going to land for number 11, Jaden Alvarez, and that's going to be a single for him to start off the inning. And a 1-0 ball game against SVU against Regent. And let's see what can happen here. Can Regent start getting their batters a little warmer and start getting runners in scoring position, as they had a man on second multiple times in this game, just could not send him home, could not capitalize on it, and there's going to be trying to steal second, and he's going to get it. No, he's not. He's going to be out. I thought he was safe, but no, he's out. It's not like you could challenge it. Wait a minute. As Regent's coach is screaming at the ump. And they're going back and forth. As it looks like Regent coach might get out of here. He keeps talking. He might get thrown out of here. As they're screaming across the mound at each other. And it does not change what just happened. That's a runner out on second. So he could scream all he want, but that's still a runner out on second for SVU. 1-0 count with 1 out. Again, Regent has been multiple times stealing second, and you're wondering why. It's not like they don't have good hitters, so I don't understand the reasoning behind trying to steal second constantly. But maybe I'm just not a good enough baseball coach to understand that. As they're still arguing. And now Regent coach is going to come out here and have a conversation with the other ump, because I have no idea what's happening. They're still going back and forth. Again, it's not going to change the call, and they're still arguing. And I can understand the Regent coach's point of view, as he did look safe, but going on for this long might be a tad overkill. As it looks like he's done talking. And Maddox German is up to bat here. Sorry about that delay. Let's see what Emerson could do here. As he did just give up a single, but it didn't matter because he got caught stealing second. It's going to be swung on and hit. It's going to be should be a routine pop-up. The first baseman calls for it and makes the play. Number 16, Logan Austin, makes the play there, and that's 2 outs. I like to say the ball don't lie. So it looks like all that talking from the Regent's coach, and the ball does not lie here. So let's see what can happen here. Emerson has looked decent to start, as Dylan Opiez, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, is up to bat here. Can he retire him and retire the inning? First pitch coming. That's going to be a little too far inside. 1-0 count. Top of the fourth here with 2 outs remaining. As the only excitement in this inning has been that argument. But Regent just has not found an answer for SVU just yet. Let's see what can happen here. Ball's going to be a little too far outside. 2-0 count. It's going to be swung on and hit, and that's going back. And is someone going to catch it? Yep, the outfielder got it. And that's another round. That's going to retire their inning. Number 33, Jackson Jones, makes the play. The ball does not lie. Regent can't get another hit, and that ends the inning, and we'll see you back bottom of the fourth in a 1-0 ball game. As we're here, bottom of the fourth, as Jackson Jones step ups to bat here versus number 17, Caleb Wood. As last inning, that's going to be a strike 0-1 count. As last inning started good for Regent, they just couldn't get runners really on base as they got the first hit. And they look solid, but again, couldn't really do much with that. That's going to be a 1-1 count here. As again, I don't know the philosophy behind Regent getting a runner on first and just trying to steal second instantly. I don't know if that's an analytical point of view. That's going to be a hit. Can he get it in time? And he's going to be out. I had to wait for a second. It looked controversial, but he's going to be out. That's the first out of the inning, bottom of the fourth here. As Jackson Jones gets out, as before he made that play to retire the inning. Let's see who's up here to bat is Seth Lloyd. We're at the top of the lineup here for Southern Virginia University. Seth Lloyd, first pitch is going to be a strike. As Caleb has looked solid so far in this game. He's finding the strike zone. He's been heating up as of late. Can he continue that? And Seth Lloyd's going to get all of that. That's almost out the park. As Seth Lloyd is going to get a double here. Wow, what a hit. As I was giving the pitcher a compliment, he gives up a double. Seth Lloyd, the senior, is here at second. Runners in scoring position for SVU in a 1-0 ball game. As last inning, again, Regent with an opportunity to try to get their bats warm. Just foolishly steal second and again another out. As they've done that 2 or 3 times this game. But SVU is capitalizing on their opportunities. In a 0-1 ball game with 1 out. Seth on second. Marcelino up to bat here, and that's going to be a strike 0-1 count. Marcelino, another position where he has runners in scoring position. As he struck out last at bat, and he's gotten hit too. That's going to be a 0-2 count here early for Marcelino. As this game has not had a lot of hits, as the score we saw was through a walk. So that was actually the first hit from SVU in a game that they're winning. You don't see that too often, and that's going to be a ball. Almost hit Marcelino again there. 1-2 count here. Let's see what Caleb Wood could do here. 1-2 count. Can he retire Marcelino? Runner on second for SVU. Swing and a out. Marcelino gets out there. Trying to outrun the throw, but cannot do it. As Logan Austin's up to bat here for SVU with 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth here. Trying to get Seth Lloyd home as Seth started the inning with a double play. But nothing eventful has happened since. What can happen here? Woo! That first pitch almost hit Logan. That's going to be a 1-0 count. Runner on second for SVU here. That ball's going to be a little too far outside. 2-0 count here. Count. Bottom of the fourth. Make it a 2-1 count now. Bottom of the fourth. Again, a runner in scoring position for SVU. And we just have not seen a lot of hits in this game. There's just been a total of 4 hits across 4 innings so far. Can that change with Logan Austin? That's going to be a ball. 3-1 count. That was on the edge there. Could have went either way. Let's get it go in favor of SVU. 3-1 count. Pitch coming. And that's going to go too far inside, and Logan Austin gets walked here. So now SVU with a runner on second and a runner on first. as Bobby Rossi gets up here to bat with a chance to get a runner on second home. Can he do it here in a 1-0 ball game, bottom of the fourth? Not a lot of hits has happened so far in this game. And Bobby's going to swing and get a hit there. And that should send Seth home. And it's going to send Seth home. That's going to be a double. And that sends 2 home. Is he going to get it? And he's out. But SVU still gets a runner home, but got a little too greedy as the runner that was on first trying to get his way home gets called out. Just wasn't fast enough. And we'll see you top of the 5th here in a 2-0 ball game here at Charlie Manuel Field.
Not gonna lie, something special's happening here. You can't quite put your finger on it, but when you're here, you can feel it. Whether it's in the classroom, or on campus, or stepping into your unique spotlight, you'll find a place where you truly belong. This place is more than just lectures and exams. It's about constructing your story, helping you discover your path in a world of possibilities. Maybe it's our close-knit community, our Christ-centered mission, or the way the Blue Ridge Mountains feel like home. We excel at being a place where every idea, every step, and every moment bring you closer to the future you're meant to create. They say big things come in small packages. We couldn't agree more. Because here's a little secret. The best life is the nightlife. Come be a part of it.
And we're back top of the 5th here in a 2-0 ball game. Southern Virginia is up 2-0 on Regent. Regent is from Virginia Beach, Virginia. And let's see if they can kind of get their pats hot as Colton Stanford is up to bat here versus Emerson Robinson. Emerson has pitched so far pretty good. He's going to start off in an 0-1 count versus Colton. Again, not a lot of hits so far in this game, as it's been a combined 5 hits. But earlier we did see, and that's going to be a souvenir. 0-1 count, as earlier we did see SVU being able to capitalize with a runner on second and able to get a double play. But again, that runner that was on first got called out at home. So 2-0 SVU as Regent's looking to get the bats hot. Swinging a hit, and that's going. Should be a pop-up for number 34. Seth Lloyd makes the play. The shortstop. That was pretty easy for him. Ball gets passed around here. That's already a quick 2 outs for SVU, as SVU's pitching today between their 2 pitchers, their 2 young pitchers, if I add that, 2 freshmen, have been outstanding, as they haven't had a runner on third. So defending in general has been outstanding through pitching, through the outfield making plays, through the infield making plays. Today's been a good day to be a Knight. That's going to be a 1-0 count here. 1 out, not 2 outs. Top of the 5th, 2-0 ball game. That's going to find, no, it's not going to find the strike zone, and that pitch was a little controversial. I don't know how that didn't find the strike zone, to be honest with you, but that's a 2-0 count here. That one, again, is a little too high, as he's missing the same cutter high 2 times in a row. 3-0 count. And a 2-0 ball game. Top of the 5th. Regent looking to get the bats hot. Pitch is thrown, and that almost hit him. Regardless, it's going to walk him. It's going to send number 9, Ben Tweedy, the catcher, to first. Now, it'll be interesting to see what Regent does here. I don't know if they're going to try to steal second again like they've been doing the whole entire game as soon as they have one runner on first. But it looks like SVU coach is going to come over and talk to his freshman pitcher. And we'll be back with you after that conversation. As SVU's first-time head coach, Tyler Cox, came up and talked to his young pitcher, Emerson, as a runner is on first, and I would expect Regent to try to steal here. And that first pitch is going to be a ball, 1-0 count here, as Keegan Hager is up to bat. Second pitch, swing, and it's going to be a hit. It's going to slide between Seth and number 3, Bobby, is able to get it and throw it over to second, but it's going to be not in time, and it's going to have a runner on second and a runner on first for Regent as the momentum is starting to flip here. They finally got the bats a little warm, They got a walk and then a hit here. Now let's see what Ethan Locks could do. He's had a 1-out at bat earlier, but it became a pop-up. That's going to be a ball, 1-0 count here with 1 out. Top of the 5th, Regent trying to steal some of this momentum from SVU. Runners in scoring position. Ball's going to be a little too far outside. 2-0 count here. Emerson just needs to settle down a little bit. As I talked about earlier in this inning, they've looked good. SVU's defending. They just need to take a breath here. That's going to be a hit, and that's going to be a foul ball. 2-1 count here. 1 out. Top of the 5th. What can Ethan do here? And that's going to not find the zone, 3-1 count. Fifth pitch coming. Too far outside, and it's going to be bases loaded for Regent as the freshman pitcher, Emerson, is struggling a little bit here as he's walked 2 batters early in this inning and also gave up a hit. 1 out still for Regent. This is a prime position right now to go ahead and steal some of this momentum SVU has. As batter Nathan Vaughn is up to bat. Nathan has had a hit earlier today. Looking to do the same thing here and get a runner home for Regent. Let's see what can happen. First pitch going to be too far outside. 1-0 count here. 0-2 game. Regent trying to get a couple runs here. Has a chance to hit a grand slam or get at least a runner home. As Nathan is a good hitter for Regent this season. It's going to be outside. 2-0 count. And this is playing into this batter's hands here. Early being down 2-0. You can imagine right here is going to be something you can hit. Let's see what Emerson, the freshman, could cook up here. 2-0 count. Third pitch coming. And that's going to be too far inside. I like the idea of where he was going. Just couldn't make it happen. 3-0 count. You know what they say, right? 3-0 count, you don't swing. But let's see what Emerson's going to throw here. You would imagine he doesn't want to walk him. And that's going to be a walk. And that's going to make it a 1-2 ball game. Regent versus Southern Virginia University with bases still loaded, as Nathan was patient enough to get walked, as SVU's not out of the woods yet, as there's only one out, top of the 5th here. As Jordan Hunt's up to bat earlier, he had a hit too. Can he get a hit here and tie up the game? First pitch going to be a little too far. That's going to be a 1-0 count. Top of the 5th. Regent looking to steal some of this momentum. Emerson just needs to slow down a little bit and find the zone like that. 1-1 count here. As this is Regent's more better spot when it comes to batters. They got a lot of good batters here. As on deck is Jordan Alvarez, another good batter. And that's a 2-1 count. So you can only imagine that they want to stay patient here and just get their best batters up to bat here in a situation with bases loaded with one out. Jordan Hunt is going to swing, and it's going to be a foul ball. There you go. Emerson's able to get him swinging there. 2-2 count here. Two count. 5th pitch coming. And that's going to be too low. 3-2 count. It's a full count. What a stand here by the freshman and Jordan Hunt. Payoff pitch coming. I would say you want something all speed inside, high and inside. Let's see what he throws here. It's going to be something he can hit, and that should be a routine pop-up. No, excuse me. That's a foul ball. Thought I was going to stay fair. Foul ball, so repeat the situation again. 3-2 count. A full count here. Emerson Robertson versus Jordan Hunt. Full count. Payoff pitch coming. Swinging a hit. That's going to stay. No, it's not. Woo, that was close. I thought that was going to stay fair, and that would have been 2 runs for Regent, but it's going to be a foul ball. And that ball was real close to being fair. Three-two count. Again, the payoff pitch. These two have been battling. Who's going to win the standoff here? Swinging a hit, and that should be a pop-up, but I don't know. I don't know if anyone can run home through for Regent, and he's going to attempt to do it. And Bybee cannot make the throw, and that's going to be a run for Regent, an RBI. So a perfect situation for Regent as they're able to tie the game up. 2-2 game. At least SVU was able to capitalize and get an out there. As Alvarez is up to bat here. Again, the situation is not clear as bases are still loaded. There's still a runner in scoring position. We still have a runner on second for Regent. He's going to swing and hit the first pitch that comes his way, and he's not going to make the play, and Regent's going to go ahead and score. As number 16, Logan Austin, that ball came in a little too hot, and Regent all of a sudden takes the lead. Down 2-0, now up 1, 3-2 ball game here at Charlie Manuel Field. As all it takes is a couple bats getting hot, as you can see, and the momentum fully swing on favor of Regent. Three-two game. Top of the 5th here. 2 outs. That was a great hit. But number 16, Logan Austin, was almost able to make the play. But that's a play you got to make there. That's going to be a strike. 0-1 count. Maddox German is up to bat here. What can German do against Robinson? Is now there's no runners in scoring position for Regent. There's only a runner on first. It's going to be swing and a miss. 0-2 count here. Can Robinson get a strikeout here, his first of the day, and get out of this inning and stop the bleeding as Regent has completely flipped the momentum, making it a 3-2 ball game. Pitch is coming, swing, and it's going to be a foul ball. It's funny, too, because in this inning I was mentioning how good SVU's infield, pitching, and just overall defense have been. I started to slip a little bit, and in baseball, you get runners on either by walks or a single, and next thing you know, you have bases loaded like Regent did, and they're able to get 3 people home from that situation. So excellent job by Regent of capitalizing on opportunities. Let's see if SVU can get out of this inning. It's going to be a hit. It should be a catch. Oh! He drops the ball. He drops the ball. That's going to send a Regent runner home from first. And that's going to be a double for number 13, German. Maddox German, the sophomore from Nova, Fairfax, Virginia. And wow, in the blink of an eye, SVU is now down 2 runs after being up 2 runs. That's why you love the game of baseball, right? In the blink of an eye, the momentum can change, and we just saw that. As that was a very hard play to make out in the outfield. The ball just landed perfectly in between the left fieldman and the center fieldman. That's going to be a 1-0 count here early on for Emerson. As when it rains, it pours here for SVU, and it's starting to pour as they still Regent has a runner in scoring position. So this inning, again, is not over by any means. And that's a 2-0 count here. As you got to imagine SVU might be starting to warm up a pitcher here and try to get someone else loose. It's going to be swing, and that should be, oh, pops up to Seth, and he can't make the play. And again, when it rains, it pours here for SVU. And a lot of opportunities they're just not able to capitalize on. And now another error for SVU brings runner to first and a runner to third with the outfielder, Dylan Olpiez, up to bat here in a situation to send someone home. 5-2 ball game. As that runner was able to get home there. Now let's see what can happen here. He's a step off the mound. Gotta think about it. Again, Emerson is a freshman pitcher, so you would imagine he has to just breathe a little bit and slow it down, as this inning has allowed 5 runs. And it hasn't been all his fault, but he just needs to slow down a little bit here. Ball's going to be too far outside, 1-0 count here. Dylan is trying to get someone home as he has a runner on third, trying to get his teammate home. Can he do it? That's going to be a hit, and that should be a routine pop-up for the infield if they can make the play. And they finally make the play to retire the inning, but not after Regent scores 5 runs in 1 inning after being scoreless up to this point. And Regent takes the lead 5-2 from Southern Virginia University. And we'll see you bottom of the 5th and see SVU at bat. And we're back here, bottom of the fifth, in a 5-2 ball game as Regent just took control of that inning. That's going to start with a 1-0 count as Caleb Wood is still up to pitch here for Regent. That's going to be a 2-0 count here. My apologies. I'm trying to see who's batting. It's going to be Robbie Stempin. Woo. 3-0 count here early on for Robbie. Can SVU get their bats hot and then attempt to come back here? This is a team that, again, was just up 2-0 in a blink of an eye. Is now down 3 runs. And that's going to be a walk to start the inning, and that's exactly what you would like to see if you're Southern Virginia University's. Robbie gets walked here. And Garrett is coming up here now. And let's see if SVU can get their bats hot, as SVU in the game has only had 2 hits, so they need to capitalize when they get runners on bases here. And Garrett, first pitch is going to be a strike, a little too far inside. Second pitch, 0-1 count, 0 outs. 1-1 count here as that ball almost hits the dirt. Bottom of the fifth. As Tad Peterson's on deck here. It's going to be a hit, and it's going to be a foul ball for Garrett here. As Caleb has pitched decent so far. The pitching, again, for both teams up to last inning was pretty good. But now the cracks are starting to show. And that should be a pop-up. Is it going to be? And he's going to make the play. The outfielder for Regent makes a play on Garrett and gets him out. And that's going to be the first out on the inning. And we have a runner on first for SVU. Up to bat here, like I said, was Tad Peterson with Bybee on deck. First out of the inning here for SVU. As let's see what SVU's game plan is with a runner on first. If they're going to try to steal here, or just play it. Excuse me, Ethan Ward is at bat, actually. 1-0 count for Ethan. As Bybee's still on deck here. Garrett still at first. Excuse me, Robbie's still at first, not Garrett. Garrett was the last batter to get out. That's a 2-0 count here. Bottom of the fifth, SVU's down 3. Trying to get some of their momentum back. That's going to be a ball, 3-0 count. Hey, look, man, if he doesn't want to give you anything to hit, just get on base. Just keep getting walked. And that's going to be a walk right there. Like I'm saying, if he's not going to give you anything to hit, you might as well just sit there and get on base. As Bybee, the freshman from Utah's up to bat here. As the coach is going to come out and talk to his pitcher here. Because in a blink of an eye, like I said, the momentum can flip. SVU has a runner on second in scoring position. And just like last inning, or the top of this inning, excuse me, where the Regent was able to take some of their momentum, we could see the same thing happen for SVU. And we'll be back after that pitching conversation. did see a pitching change here, as for Regent, Hayden Radkin comes up here to pitch, as Caleb is done after he walked 2 batters. Let's see what Hayden can do against Bybee, the freshman, as Hayden is a freshman himself. Freshman on freshman action here, as a lot of younger guys are getting opportunities today. Let's see what he can do here. It's going to be a ball, 1-0 count here with 1 out for SVU. Bottom of the 5th in a 5-2 ball game, where again Regent last inning just completely stole the show, and SVU's trying to get some of that juice back. A little too high, 2-0 count. And a lot of these pitchers, as we've seen, you just got to be patient. Can SVU batter stay patient will be the question. 2-0 count here. 1 out. Runner on second, runner on first. Pitch coming. Again, too far outside. 3-0 count. Bybee is going to get a pitch he's going to like here. 3-0 count. They tell you not to swing. Down 3-0. Let's see what happens here. Pitch thrown. Again, too high. And that's why you don't swing. And that's going to be pitch number 4 and a 4-0 walk. Bases are loaded with SVU not even getting a hit in this inning. Down 3 runs. Right here is a perfect opportunity to get back in this ball game, as Jackson Jones, the sophomore from Boise, Idaho, can make a staple on this game. Are they going to rule that a hit? They are. They are going to rule that a hit there. That was a little confusing. That's going to send a runner home. Or excuse me, wild pitch, not a hit. That's going to send the runner from third all the way home, and SVU scores without getting a hit, and a 5-3 ball game with 1 out. That was a little confusing to see from back here. That's already a good start for SVU with a man on third, a man on second, with 1 out in this inning. As Jackson Jones has an opportunity again to tie this game up with a good hit. That's going to be a hit. That's going to find the sweet spot and send 2 SVU runners home. And can he make the throw in time? He's not. And that's a tie game. 5-5 in a blink of an eye. As Jackson Jones makes a double and puts a staple on this game. What a hit. Earlier in the at-bat, it was a wild pitch. Sends the runner third to home. And now Jackson Jones gets a double and sends everyone home. Runner still in scoring position for SVU. As Seth Lloyd takes the mound, the senior could take the lead here with a runner on second. That's going to be a hit, and that's going back. And the outfielder makes the play, but it looks like we're going to try to tag up here SVU, and they get the tag up situation. Runner moves to third. 2 outs remaining. Excuse me, that's the second out, though. With 1 out remaining. Tied game. Marcelino steps up to bat here and has opportunity to give the lead right back to SVU. And this is why it's so crucial to not walk batters, as that whole how we got everyone on base for SVU was by walks. No one even got a hit, and then you get a hitter on, and he's able to hit the double and get runners home. 0-1 count. That's why it's important to get ahead on these batters earlier in the at-bat stage. But 0-1 count here, so it's a good start. Marcelino looking to get someone home. Get Seth Lloyd, home. That's going to be a ball, 1-1 count. And a 5-5 ball game. As SVU scored 3 runs right back as Regent an inning ago. And that is gone! Home run! Marcelino! I thought that was going to be a foul ball, but Marcelino calls home. And Marcelino takes the lead, 7-5. And a blink of an eye, SVU scores 5 of their own runs. Wow. An absolute nuke Goes 330 feet out the park. 7-5 SVU. As they're bullying the new pitcher who got subbed in, Hayden Radkin has allowed 5 runs this inning, and they're looking for answers. Wow, what a hit by Marcelino. Home run. 7-5 game. That's going to be a 1-0 count here. What a hit again by Marcelino. That was beautiful. And so far, SVU's offense has warmed up. That's going to be a foul ball. Souvenir for the fans. 1-1 count here. 2 outs. Logan Austin at bat here. That's going to be a strike 1-2 count here. As Hayden's just trying to get out of this inning and stop this bleeding because SVU has been on an onslaught, completely stole the momentum right from Regent. That's going to be a hit and another foul ball, 1-2 count. As SVU was able to turn up here after giving up 5 runs of their own, they're able to turn around and score 5, and take back the lead. As this game's starting to get interesting, it's going to be a swing and a miss, but he couldn't. The catcher, couldn't catch it. So it's going to be a 1-2 count still. As Logan Austin at bat dealing. Can Hayden finally get out of this inning? Can this pitch be the payoff pitch? Pitch coming in the dirt. 2-2 count. Logan Austin still has life here. 2-2 count. It's going to be swung on. Number 2, the shortstop, is trying to make the play here, and he's going to make the play, retire their inning. But wow, what an inning from Southern Virginia University where they score 5 runs and get a home run. And that goes to show you just can't let these walkers keep getting on bases. Can't get these runners getting on bases. It led to 3 walks in a row, then a hit, then a wild pitch, and then a home run. And now we have a 7-5 ball game. We'll see you top of the 6th. Welcome back. Top of the 6th here as SVU, inning ago, was able to have 5 runs with the absolute nuke by Marcelino. Goes 330 or 340 feet out of the park. 1-0 count here as we do have a pitcher change for SVU. Is to be expected. Tyler Bales is stepping in versus Ben Tweedy here in a 5-7 ball game. That's going to be a strike 1-1 count. That's why it's so important. You can't just start walking batters. And SVU did an amazing job of capitalizing on that opportunity. That's going to be a hit, and it should be a pop-up to Bybee, and exactly what it is. Bybee gets him out. That's 1 out, top of the 6th here, in a 5-7 ball game. Again, before that point, SVU only had 2 hits on the whole entire game, but was leading by 2. In the blink of an eye, it's been an offensive onslaught by both teams. As the last 2 innings, we saw 10 runs in a ball game that only had 2 before that. That just goes to show why baseball is such a great sport. It can flip in the matter of a second. Now we have a 2-0 count here for Keegan Hager versus Tyler Bales. That's going to be hit on. It's going to be a pop-up straight to Seth Lloyd. Is he going to be able to make the play? And it looks like he does, and that's an out number 2 for the pitcher, Tyler Bales, as he's looked solid for the first 2 at-bats. Top of the 6th here. Let's see what can happen here. Pitch thrown. It's going to find the zone. 0-1 count here with 2 outs. It's going to be swung on, and it should be a foul ball. As a third baseman, Marcelino was in a hot pursuit of that, as Ethan Locks is up to bat here. He's walked earlier in this game and had a pop-up earlier in this game too. So what can he do here? Down 2 runs, 0-2 count. Can Tyler retire him? And he does exactly that. A swing and a miss. And we'll see you bottom of the 6th with SVU hot bats taking the field. As Bobby Rossi steps up to bat here for Southern Virginia University, as the bats got hot for them. And he's in a 5-7 ball game. First pitch coming your way, as Wyatt Hessler is here to pitch for Regent, and he starts off with the 0-1 count here versus Bobby. Bobby's has had a day here, and that's going to be a foul ball. 0-2 count. He's had a great day so far today. Has an RBI, has a hit, and also striked out. As Robbie Stempin is on deck here. Let's see if SVU bats can stay warm in an 0-2 count. And that's going to be a strikeout. So I don't think Bobby was expecting that pitch there. That's a good start for this pitcher. As recently, we haven't seen too much good pitching from Regent. So maybe this pitching change could be a good thing for them. We'll see here as Robbie's up to bat. First pitch swung on, going to be a foul ball, souvenir for a fan. As Garrett Stuffer is on deck. Pitch thrown. It's going to be swung on. Again, foul ball. 0-2 count quick. Swung on straight to the third baseman, and he's able to make the play, retiring Robert. So now Garrett Stuffer is up to bat here. Stoffer, excuse me. Five-7 ball game. Bottom of the sixth. That's going to be a ball 1-0 count here with 2 outs. That's going to be another ball. 2-0 count. Pitch again too high. 3-0 count here for Garrett. Can he get on board? Bottom of the sixth here with 2 outs. Regent 1 out away from getting out of this inning. And there he goes. Finally finds the zone. 3-1 count here. Excuse me. Yeah, 3-1 count here with 2 outs. Regent looking to get out of this inning. That's going to be a ball. 4-1, and that's going to walk Garrett to first, as he's walked a lot today. As Ethan Ward steps up here to bat, the catcher, the sophomore out of Utah, is going to face off against Wyatt Hessler. What can he do here? First pitch is going to be a strike, 0-1 count. Second pitch coming. He's going to find the zone 0-2 count here for Ethan, as he was walked earlier today. Pitch coming. That's going to be a little too far outside. As SVU still, Garrett's able to steal second, as the catcher was just really relaxed there and a little lazy. Now it's a 1-2 count with a runner scoring position for SVU. Ethan has the opportunity to send someone home here. Five-seven game. Bottom of the sixth, 2 outs. Pitch coming. Swing. And it's going to land. And wow, that's going to send someone home, as the outfielder's not able to get the ball. And all of a sudden, Garrett runs home after stealing second. And the outfield cannot make the play. And that's a run for SVU, up 8-5. As number 11, Jaden Alvarez, cannot make the play at a Newport News, Virginia. And that's going to be a run for SVU. And they're up 8-5 in this ball game. As it was good pitching out of Wyatt, the outfield cannot repay the favor. And what a hit by Ethan there. As up to bat is Bybee, with someone on first. An inning that looked like Regent was going to kind of stop the momentum and stop the hot bats for SVU. It just did not happen, and SVU was able to score again. Five-eight game here, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th here. Regent trying to stop the bleeding. Last 2 runnings, SVU has scored a combined 6 runs, including a home run from Marcelino that went 340 feet out the stadium. A swing and a miss by Bybee, making it a 2-1 count here. As Jets are flying over the baseball field here. 3-1 count here for Bybee. As if he gets walked here, SVU now gets a runner in scoring position. As the pitch is thrown, it's going to be swung on. And the third baseman, man, can't make the play. As number 5, Gabe Moore's able to get to third. The runner that was called upon is able to get to third, and Bybee's able to make a double out of that, out of really an error from the third baseman. He can't retrieve it, and all of a sudden, Regent, outfield and infield, cannot make the plays. And like I said, 6 runs through 2 innings so far from SVU, and looking to add more as Jackson Jones. He has 2 RBIs today. Can he add another one? Runner on third, a swing and a miss. 0-1 count here. Bottom of the 6th with 2 outs and a 5-8 game. Jackson Jones has the opportunity to really split this game wide open. Oh, 1 count here for Jackson Jays versus Wyatt Hesley, whose pitch so far pretty good. Just the infield and outfield has made critical mistakes, keeping SVU alive here, and that's a 1-1 count. Pitch thrown. That's going to be a strike here. 1-2 count here. Bottom of the 6th with 2 outs. As Jackson's just trying to get something, trying to hit something in play and get that Gabe home. Can he do it here? It's going to be swung on and hit, and that should be a pop-up for the third baseman. He called for it, and he gets it. Regent finally ends the inning, but SVU's able to score in a situation where they were 2 outs down and still able to score here, making it a 8-5 ball game. We'll see you top of the 7th. Sorry about that interruption that you guys weren't able to hear my beautiful voice, but Regent was able to get their bats a little high here and get a runner on second, runner on first, as a runner on third got ruled out trying to steal. Top of the seventh and a 1-1 count here with two outs down, 1 out remaining. As Tyler Bales is still on the mound for SVU versus Dylan Olpiez, excuse me. That's going to be a swing and a miss. 1-2 count here. As Alvarez, the outfielder's on second, and German's on first. As the ump is going to take a timeout here to talk with the other ump, because there's a little confusion on what's going on here. 1-2 count here. As Tyler Bales has pitched pretty good thus far in this game. SVU trying to shut the door on any possible comeback here. With Regent, after this, only getting 2 more at-bat opportunities. In a 5-8 ball game. Runners in scoring position for Regent. Can they send someone home? Can Dylan get the run home here, making it 6-8 to cut into this 3-run deficit? That's going to be a ball 2-2 count. As you saw earlier, Regent was able to put up 5 in 1 inning. So it's not impossible for them to put up 3 in 2 more innings after this. We'll see here. 2-2 count here. 2 outs, 1 out remaining. Pitch is thrown. Tyler's, he's going to hit, and it should be a pop-up straight to Bybee, and he catches it. And that's it. Bye-bye, Regent. And that's the 3rd out of the inning, and we'll see you bottom of the 7th with SVU up to bat.
Introducing Sport Performance. But not just this. They told you to choose books or the ball, the classroom or the court. But that was never you. You study like it's your playbook, you train like it's your thesis. Your body's in motion, your mind's building the future. Because greatness isn't just in the stats. It's in your discipline, your character, your purpose. Master your sport, master yourself. This is Sport Performance at Southern Virginia University.
Bottom of the 7th here in an 8-5 ball game as Seth Lloyd steps up to bat, as Wyatt Heasel is still on the mound for Regent, as he's been solid thus far, only allowing 1 run. But it was a lot of errors during that 1 run. As that first pitch is going to be in the dirt, kind of goes back to what I was saying, though, earlier. Regent pitching has not been the best through the last couple of innings. As in 3 innings, SVU was able to put up 7 runs. Now let's see if they can continue that trend. As Seth is going to hit that, and he's going to get all of that ball, and that is going to land foul. What a hit. It looks really similar to Marcelino's ball. That's going to stay a foul ball. 5-8 ball game here. Bottom of the 7th. Seth Lloyd up to bat. Seth today has an RBI and a hit. As that ball's going to go into the dirt. Again, 2-1 count here for Wyatt. And that's going to be a hit. Lands between the second base and no one's there in the infield. And Seth gets on board for a 2-hit game. What a game he's having today. 2 hits and an RBI. He's cooking. And earlier today, Marcelino hits a home run and he's up to bat again. No outs. Bottom of the 7th here. 8-5 game. As SVU's trying to pounce on Regent. And we do have the pitching change, so we'll be back with you shortly. As we do have a pitching change here for Regent. Seth was able to get on board earlier in this inning, and Marcelino's up to bat here. As Nathan Lamarche, I think that's how you pronounce it, is on the mound right now. 1-0 count here, and a 5-8 ball game, bottom of the 7th here. As Seth's going to try to steal second, throws in, and that's not going to be in time. It actually hits Seth, and Seth is going to get up and keep running, and Seth steals another base. Wow! That's some elite base running by the senior Seth Lloyd. And in a blink of an eye, Marcelino has another opportunity to get someone home. He could send Seth home like he just did earlier today. Hit one 340 feet out the wazoo. Let's see what he could do here. 5-8 game, 1-0 count. Runners in scoring position for SVU, 0 outs. He just needs a pop-up here. He could get someone home. Swing and a hit, and guess what he did? A single. Marcelino gets on base, and Seth Lloyd runs home. You gotta give a lot of credit to Seth there. He pretty much ran at himself. Runner started off first, stole second. Second baseman can't handle the ball. The catcher can't throw the ball. And then he's able to go ahead and steal third, and Marcelino brings him home, and SVU takes a 5-9 lead. This has been a back-and-forth game here, as a new pitching change hasn't seemed to matter much to SVU's batters, as Logan Austin's on deck. As earlier this game, you saw SVU take a 2-0 lead without getting a hit. And then Regent came storming back up 5-2. That's going to hit the pitcher as I'm talking. Logan Austin on base. Marcelino on second. As Nathan, the pitcher on the mound for Regent, needs to settle down a little bit, as this has been not the best start to his inning. Like I was saying earlier, SVU was up 2-0 without a hit. Then in a blink of an eye, down 5-2. Then you blink again, then up 5-7. Then you blink again, up 5-9. And this has been a back-and-forth game, but SVU has been in control towards the later half of these innings. What can they do here? Man on first, man on second. Bobby showing bunt here. What is Nathan going to throw? Pitch thrown is going to be in the dirt. 1-0 count. 5-9 ball game. Bobby has a chance to get Marcelino home here and really break open this lead, as Regent is just digging themselves a deeper and deeper hole. 1-0 count. Showing bunt. And he's going to throw. He's going to try to steal third. And that's going to be an out on the bunt attempt, and it's going to send Marcelino back to second and Logan Austin back to first. So that's an out right there at the bat by Bobby. Now Garrett is up to bat here. Still, same situation. Runners in scoring position. Bottom of the seventh with 1 out and a 5-9 ball game. SVU has an opportunity to keep the scoring up. 1-0 count here. Keep the scoring up and make it virtually impossible for Regent to come back here. And they could go up 5 to 6 runs here. That's a big enough lead with only 2 more at-bats for Regent. We're starting to think SVU is in control of the game. Pitch is thrown. That's going to be in the dirt again. 2-0 count. SVU batters just have to stay patient. Nathan looks a little uncalmed, a little reckless out there on the mound. 2-0 count, and Garrett today has stayed calm. He's able to get on board with a couple walks and a hit. What can he do here? Runner on second, runner on first. Pitch coming. That's going to land right down the middle, and that's going to be a strike. 2-1 count here with 1 out. Runner on second, runner on first. 5-9 game. Pitch thrown. Outside, 3-1 count. Now if number 18, Nathan, can't settle down a little bit, and they're going to have a conversation with their catcher. If he can't settle down, in a blink of an eye, you can see bases loaded for SVU. I'm sorry. Robert is up to bat currently, and Garrett is on deck. So if Robbie here can get on base with a walk, Garrett has opportunity for a grand slam. 3-1 count here. 1 out. Runners in scoring position for SVU. Pitch coming, and that's in the dirt. 4-1. That's a walk. Garrett up here. Garrett is up. Garrett Stuffer at to bat here. Bases loaded here for SVU. Marcelino's on third. Logan Austin on second. Bobby on third. Garrett at the plate. What can happen here? That's going to be in too far outside. 1-0 count here. SVU again has an opportunity to really put an ending to this game by going up 5 to 6 runs. What can they do here? 1-0 count. 1 out. Garrett's going to swing and get all of it, and that's going back, and that's back, and that's going to go over the fence, so it's going to be a double. But what a hit by Garrett. That's going to send 2 home for Garrett. 2 RBI. What a hit. Wow. 2 go home. Marcelino, Logan Austin go home. Bobby on third, and Garrett at second. That was a great hit, and they're looking to get Nathan out of there. And that was a quick experiment for Regent, as they're looking for a pitcher change, and we'll be back with you shortly. As we do have a pitching change as Aiden Selly comes in the game, and Gabe Moore is up to bat here. If you haven't already, Gabe Moore is a bodybuilder. You should definitely check out his Instagram as he's growing that following. He's a bodybuilder, and he can hit some nukes, and let's see what he could do today. 5-11 ball game, bottom of the 7th, with 1 out. Runners on third, runner on second. Great opportunity to get another run for SVU. First ball is going to be a little too far outside. 1-0 count. As Aiden is a junior from Queens, New York. So let's see what he could do here versus Gabe Moore. Second pitch coming. That's going to be way too high. 2-0 count. Runners on third, runner on second, and a 5-11 ball game. Pitch coming. Too far outside. 2-0 count. Runner on third, runner on second. Third pitch coming. Finds the strike zone. A 3-1 count, excuse me. It was a 3-0 count earlier. Now it's a 3-1 count. Can Mr. Queens New York get him out here? 3-1 count. Pitch coming versus Gabe Moore. That's going to be too far outside. And guess what we have here? SVU, another opportunity to break the game wide open. Bases loaded. SVU with bases loaded, as it looks like it should be Robbie up to bat here. Or no, excuse me, Holden Bybee's up to bat here, the freshman who hasn't had much success at the bat, but it's been phenomenal in the outfield today. Can he get a hit here and put a staple on this game and make his name known? First pitch coming. It's going to be inside, and that's going to be strike one, 0-1 count. 1 out remaining. 1 out, excuse me. 5-11 game. Bases loaded. What a dream scenario for a freshman here. outside. 1-1 count. A lot of times you see with younger guys, they get a little impatient here, but Bobby has been patient this whole game, just waiting for his pitch. Can his pitch come here? 1-1 count. Third pitch coming. That's going to be way too far inside. Almost hit Bobby here. 2-1 count. 1 out. Now you might get something to hit here if you're Bobby. You think it's something off speed. And let's see what Mr. Queens throws here. Pitch is thrown. That's going to be hit. And the outfielder's able to make the play. But SVU is able to get someone home. As it looks like it was Bobby. It's hard to tell from back here who was able to run home. But the third baseman was able to get home for SVU. And all of a sudden, SVU's up 12-5 against Regent. Jackson Jones up to bat here with a situation where SVU could still score here, as Bobby was able to get that RBI, get the just ball in the air, as we still have Gabe Moore on second and a runner on first. Jackson Jones up to bat here, had an RBI earlier in the game. That ball's way too high, way too high. 1-0 count with 2 outs here, 1 out remaining, and a 5-12 ball game. As Aiden here is looking to get out of the inning, as SVU has been red hot the last 3 or 4 innings, scoring all their runs pretty much there, scoring 10 runs in about 4 innings of work. 2-0 count here. Pitch is going to be inside. 2-1 count here. Seth Lloyd on deck here. Somebody you don't want to face with bases loaded. A senior with experience. Can Aiden get out of this inning? First, we have a Jackson and Hayden matchup over here. 2-1 count. Pitch coming, and that's going to be inside. That's going to find the zone. 2-2 count here. Last couple of pitches, Aiden has been cooking. Can he cook right here and retire the batter? 2-2 count. Bottom of the 7th and a 5-12 ball game. Is he going to step off and needs a timeout here? Think about what he's going to throw. Or excuse me, timeout. There's a ball thrown in the field of play. All right, now we're able to get back into the action. 2-2 count here. 2 outs. Runner still in scoring position for SVU. A single would get him home. Jackson Jones versus Aiden. Let's see what can happen here. 5th pitch coming. Pitch thrown. It's going to be swung on and hit. And guess what? That should be a double. Gabe's running. Oh, Gabe comes back. And he doesn't try to run home. And that's going to be a single for Jones. But now you have Seth Lloyd up to bat with bases loaded. Again, you did not want to face this guy or the next guy, Marcelino, who went 340 feet out of the park. Let's see what we can have here with Seth Lloyd. Bases loaded. Aiden from New York trying to settle down. Swung on and hit. Seth hits the first thing, and guess what? That's going to drop down the field of play, and that's going to send Gabe Moore home. And that's another run for SVU, 5-13. And this one is starting to look really ugly. Marcelino's up to bat here, as the other coach is going to take a timeout and talk to his young pitcher. He needs to talk to Aiden. And we'll be right back with you when he's done talking to him. as Marcelino steps up to bat as we do have the pitching change for Regent. As Austin Shackelford is up here to bat. Austin is a sophomore from actually Ferrum College. So let's see what he can do here. Let's stop the bleeding. Bases loaded. Great opportunity for Marcelino to get another RBI. 1-0 count, 5-13 ball game. Can Marcelino call game here? 1-0 count, pitch coming. Swung on and a miss. 1-1 count. One count, 5-13 ball game. 2 outs. That ball's going to be in the dirt. 2-1 count now. As if you're a pitcher getting subbed into the situation, you're just thinking, let me just get a pop-up, let me get something just to get out of this inning. You already had 2 outs, you just need 1 more to go. But then there's always that possibility of giving up that grand slam or giving up more runs. It's going to be swung on and hit, foul ball. And everything he's thrown so far has been low. That's going to be a 2-2 count here. Can Austin stop the bleeding for Regent, or SVU continue their dominant lead? Pitch coming, 5-13 ball game, 2-2 count. Pitch thrown, outside, full count, 3-2. This is what you love to see. Marcelino battling, Austin battling, 3-2 count here. Full count, bases loaded. Bottom of the 7th, 5-13 ball game. Payoff pitch coming. Pitch thrown. Swung on and hit. And that should be a routine play for the outfield, and it is. And Alvarez gets the last out, and SVU retires the inning. Not before adding to their score, making a 5-13 game, and we'll see you top of the 8th here at Charlie Manuel Field.
Not gonna lie, something special is happening here. You can't quite put your finger on it, but when you're here, you can feel it. Whether it's in the classroom, around campus, or stepping into your unique spotlight, you'll find a place where you truly belong. This place is more than just lectures and exams. It's about constructing your story, helping you discover your path in a world of possibilities. Maybe it's our close-knit community, our Christ-centered mission, or the way the Blue Ridge Mountains feel like home. We excel at being a place where every idea, every step, and every moment bring you closer to the future you're meant to create. They say big things come in small packages. We couldn't agree more. Because here's a little secret. The best life is the nightlife. Come be a part of it.
And we're back, top of the 8th here, in a 5-13 ball game. As SVU had done a phenomenal job of capitalizing on opportunities that Regent gave them. Phenomenal hitting so far today in a game that started off a little boring. As we do have a pitching change here. That's going to be a strike on 1 count. As Addison Stewart gets to work today versus Colton Sanford. Let's see what can happen here. 0-1 count. 0 outs. Top of the 8th. And a 5-13 ball game. That's going to be another strike 0-2 count here. As SVU really turned it on. The first couple of innings of work, first 5, really 4, they only had 2 hits. Then all of a sudden, the bats got hot. They had 8 hits in total, making it 10 hits on the day and 13 runs. And just done a phenomenal job of getting people on and getting them home. As the 5th and the 7th inning has been 5 runs scored. That's going to be swing, foul, ball. 0-2 count still. The 5th and 7th gave us 10 runs in those 2 innings. Let's see what can happen here. 0-2 count. Aiden looking to close him out here. This might be Colton's last chance to get a hit here. There's 3 at-bats, and that should be a routine play made by the second baseman, and it is right to the first baseman. That's out number 1 for SVU. This ball is passed around a little bit. Next up, we have Ben Tweedy, the catcher from Alavesta, Virginia, up to bat here. Top of the 8th with 1 out. Ben so far has got walked today in 3 at-bats. That's going to be a strike 0-1 count here with 1 out. Second pitch coming. Ball's going to be hit, and that's going to be a foul ball, 0-2 count. This was a great day if you're a Knight for SVU, as they battled a little bit of adversity. When they were up 2-0, they quickly went down by 3 runs, but ever since then, they did not look back. A runner for Regent hasn't even been on third since that point. The defense gotten stronger, and then those bats got really hot for SVU. Ball's going to be in the ground, 1-2 count. And SVU has not looked back since pretty much the 5th inning. Now they're looking to close them out here. Top of the 8th, 1-2 count, 1 out. Pitcher is getting ready in SVU's bullpen. I can't imagine they use them unless things get interesting. That's a swing and a miss. Addison's heating up. 2nd out, 1 out to go. Top of the 8th. And if you're a Regent, you're just looking for a little bit of hope. Get a hit, get someone on base, and hope your bats can get hot. Because 8 runs to make up in 1 inning is damn near impossible. Let's see what they can do here. 1 out remaining. 0-0 count. Addison dealing so far. First pitch coming. A little too high. But SVU is warming up their bullpen. Again, I can't imagine them actually going there. With, at this point, only 4 more outs left remaining for Regent. Pitch coming. Ball going to be a little too high again. 2-0 count. And again, like I mentioned earlier, SVU did play a lot of younger guys today as they're getting ready for conference play. So we saw a lot of freshmen, and we still had some seniors and upperclassmen, and Seth and Logan and Marcelino in the game. But a lot of new guys here. 3-0 count. 2 outs. Top of the 8th. But we had a lot of new guys, and those new guys stepped in and performed today. So that's what related to their 13-5 win. I shouldn't call it a win just yet, but 13-5 score thus far. That's going to be too high, and that's going to walk the batter. Hopefully Regent can spark some life here. Now they got a man on first. But you definitely saw a lot of promise from the outfield today, defending-wise, and a lot of promise in the hitting department too. Now let's see how SVU closes this game out, up 8 runs. Top of the 8th, 2 outs, runner on first for Regent. Pitch is thrown. and that's going to be a ball. 1-0 count. Addison started off really good, but walked the last batter. Now down 1-0 in the count. Let's see what he can do here. 1-0 count. 2 outs. Just needs one more out to retire this inning. Pitch is thrown. Too high. 2-0 count. Pitches to the side. 3-0 count here. And if you're SVU, you don't want to give Regent any sort of life here, any hope. So you don't want to walk him and get a runner on scoring positions. Let's see what can happen here. Pitch is thrown. And they're going to rule that a walk. A ball. They're going to walk him. Runner on second, runner on first. Ethan Locks gets walked there as Nathan Vaughn is up to bat. Let's see if Nathan can get the bags hot for Regent. 5-13 ball game, 2 outs. First pitch coming, and that's going to be in the dirt. Again, SVU pitchers are getting warmed up. Could we see a SVU pitcher sub in here? If the scoring starts for Regent, if they could climb their way back into this game down 8 runs, 2 outs in this inning, it will be hard. But they do have a runner in scoring position, and that's going to be a strike. Got to be, yep. 1-1 count here. One count, 2 outs. Third pitch coming. Runner on second, runner on first. For Regent. That's going to be a ball. Or excuse me. Yeah, a ball. 2-1 count. Nathan does have an RBI in this game. Can he get another one here? That's going to be a ball. And that was close. 3-1 count. You don't want bases loaded. You don't want Regent to have any sort of life here. So Addison needs to lock in here and get this guy out. Get Nathan out. What can he do here? 3-1 count. 2 outs. 5-13 game. That's going to be a strike. 3-2 count. Full count here. Payoff pitch coming. Regent trying to have some type of life. 3-2 count. Who's going to win here? Pitch is thrown. Swung on and hit. Foul ball. That was close. One blowing the other way, maybe that stays fair. Again, full count, and we're going to do it again. 3-2 count here. Runner on second, runner on first. Pitch is coming, and that's going to be too low. Bases loaded for Regent. You think you hit a grand slam here or could get lucky, just get a couple people home in a blink of an eye. Maybe you're not down 8, maybe you're down 5 or 3, more of a bite size when you go inside that 9th. If you can stop SVU from scoring too. But we will see as bases are loaded for SVU. Pitch coming, and that's going to be a ball. 1-0 count. Got to start thinking, is SVU going to go into their bullpen here and relieve Addison? He has walked quite a few guys today, and he's versing Jordan Hunt, who has had an RBI earlier in this game. That ball's way too high, 2-0 count. It wouldn't be a bad idea to take a timeout, and that's exactly what the catcher does. He's going to come talk to him, relax him a little bit. You just need 1 out. And the last thing you want to do is give Regent any hope with bases loaded In a blink of an eye, we could see this game flip. Top of the 8th. 2 outs. 2-0 count in favor of the batter, Jordan Hunt. Can Addison Stewart get him out here? Top of the 9th. Or 8th, excuse me. Pitch thrown too far inside. All of a sudden, it's a 3-0 count. We could see a walk to score here. With Jordan Alvarez up to bat 2. Or excuse me, Jaden Alvarez up to bat 2. A junior with experience in a bases loaded setting. 3-0 count, and that ball's going to be too low. 4-0 count. All of a sudden, Regent has bases loaded and scored, making it 6-13. Is SVU going to go in their bullpen here? As again, they do have some pitchers warming up. It'd be interesting to see what they do as a coach. Tyler Cox is going to come out and talk to his young pitcher. Hopefully settle him down a little bit. All he needs is 1 out. And the last thing you want to do is give Regent any hope. Now down 7. You hit a home run here. Grand slam. You're only down 3 going into 9th inning. So we will see. And we'll be back with you on the next pitch. Bases loaded here. Can SVU get out of this inning? As Addison's still on the mound here. Just had a quick talking with his coach. 0-1 count. Jaden Alvarez has had 2 hits today and has walked. Has been solid. A bright spot for this Regent team. A hit here, though, could spark some energy in the Regent dugout. And that's going to be a ball. 1-1 count. Pitch is coming. 1-1 count, 2 outs. A little too far outside, 2-1 count. Addison is not finding the zone. And again, you don't want to give Regent any hope. You want to close that door. They already allowed 1 run. You just want to close the door here. Even if 1 more run happens, that's the worst case scenario. You don't want to give up any more than that. Pitch coming. 2-1 count, 2 outs. Outside again. 3-1 count for Addison. And again, you don't want to keep walking because all of a sudden, if someone hits a grand slam, Regent's right back in the game. 3-1 count in favor of the batter here. Addison is looking to get him out. Only needs 1 more to get the inning. And boom, there we go. A strike. 3-2 count for Addison versus Jaden Alvarez. This has been a good at-bat here. Who's going to win, though? Addison Stewart or Jaden Alvarez? Full count. Payoff pitch coming. Pitch is coming. In the dirt, a walk, and that's the last thing you wanted. Bases loaded again, and they walk as you expect Tyler Cox to get in his dugout. And that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to sub in a new pitcher, and we'll be back with you. But now all of a sudden, it's a 6-run deficit for Regent and a 7-13 ball game. Top of the 8th, excuse me. And we're back, and we do have a pitching change. As Thomas Bradley, the freshman, steps up here from Raleigh, North Carolina, trying to retire the inning. Full count. 0-0 count. Last time was a full count. Ended up in a walk. What can they do here? 1-0 count. As Regent all of a sudden is down 6 runs instead of 8. And again, they hit a grand slam here. It's a 2-run game. So Regent with the opportunity to bounce back in this game late. That's going to be a strike 1-1 count. As Maddox German is up to bat, and he's had a good day too, with 2 RBIs on the day and a hit. There's 4 at-bats. Let's see what can happen here. Ball's going to be way too far inside. Should be a 2-1 count. Fourth pitch coming here. Ball's thrown, swung on, foul ball. 2-2 count here. Top of the 8th. Thomas Bradley looking to finally get out of this inning for SVU as they let up 2 runs with really almost any hits and just a lot of walks. And that's going to be hit by the... No, he's going to be out. He's calling him out. Wow. That's going to be out number 3, and we'll see you bottom the 8th. And we're back here, bottom of the 8th in a 7-13 game as things got a little bit interesting the last inning. But currently SVU does have a 6-run lead, sitting pretty comfortably bottom of the 8th here. That's going to be swung on and hit, and that's going to land. Second baseman cannot make the play, and that's going to be a single for Logan Austin. And again, SVU's bats out of nowhere got insanely hot. Bottom of the 5th, bottom of the 7th, scored 10 runs combined, 5 runs in each of those innings. Absolutely played out of their mind. With Ben Agnew, hasn't had much playing time today, the senior up to bat with a man on first. 7-13 game, 0 outs. SVU looking to add to their score. Are you going to check it, throw it back to first? It's going to be safe. Getting 0 outs, 0-0 count here for Ben Agnew. Phenomenal hitter out of Utah. Pitch and throw, and that's going to be too low. 2-0 count. Excuse me, 1-0 count for Ben Agnew here versus Austin Shackelford. Pitch is going to be again too low. Now it's going to be a 2-0 count. Jinxed it there. With Robbie, stem pin on deck. 2-0 count here. Third pitch coming, and that's going to be again outside. 3-0 count here. SVU has the opportunity to get another runner in scoring position and add to their lead. Up 6 runs already. The mountain to climb for Regent's just getting bigger and bigger. Pitch is thrown, and that's going to be a strike. 3-1 count. You got to imagine if you're Ben, you know you're going to get something you can hit. Let's see what he throws here. Austin throws. That's going to be a strike. Ben thought it was clearly a ball, and he starts jogging at first, but no, he's going to have to come back to the plate. 3-2 count here. Regent is a good team. They're 10-10 on the year, and Ben is going to foul it off, making a full count, 3-2 count, bottom of the 8th here. But Regent is a good team. They have a lot of good players. Just couldn't really capitalize on a lot of their opportunities today. They do have 6 hits on the day, but a lot of errors, especially in the infield today. They really contribute to their massive hill they have to overcome, as that's going to be a walk on a full count, getting Ben Agnew to first and moving Logan Austin to second. Robert Stempin is up to bat here. 0 outs remaining and runners in scoring position. SVU can go ahead and just keep scoring. Pitch is thrown. That's going to be a ball. Pitch is thrown. That's going to be a strike. 1-1 count. With 0 outs, bottom of the 8th here. SVU again is still trying to just build on their lead. Already up 6 runs. Regent trying to stop the bleeding here. Pitch thrown. Swung on and hit. And that should be a pop-up for the outfielder. And it is 1 out there. 2 more remaining for SVU. Garrett Stuffer is at the plate here. He's had a really good game so far. 3 at-bats, 2 RBIs. Pitch is thrown. That's outside. 1-0 count. With Gabe Moore on deck here. In a 7-13 game, bottom of the 8th. And that ball's going to roll past the first baseman. And that's going to send, a runner home and a runner to third. That single by Garrett gets a runner home for SVU, and that adds on to their lead. Now up 7-14. With 1 out remaining. As just Regent has no answers for Southern Virginia bats this afternoon, and Gabe Moore's up to bat here. Whether it be walking or hitting or even hitting home runs, SVU has been red hot all of today, with Regent really only having 1 inning of offensive output. Couldn't do much the rest of the game. 8th inning was finally able to score, although through a lot of walks. We're in a 7-14 ball game with SVU looking to add on more with Gabe Moore at the plate with a runner on third, runner on first. Pitch is thrown, and that should be a routine pop-up for second baseman, pitcher, whoever wants to catch it, and it's going to be the second baseman. 2 outs, 1 out remaining for SVU. As Bobby is up to bat here. At the plate here. Let's see what he can do. That's going to be a strike. 0-1 count here with 2 outs. Holden Bybee up to bat here. He's had an RBI, but 2 strikeouts thus so far, along with a walk. What can he do here? Can he get another RBI and get someone home? Swung on and missed. But it looks like Gabe Moore's going to steal second. 0-2 count here. And if you're Regent, it doesn't really hurt you if someone steals second as long as you get this final out right here, bottom of the 8th, 7-14 ball game. Pitch coming your way. Pitch going to be too high. It's going to be swung on, but he's going to tip it. So we're going to redo it. 0-2 count here, bottom of the 8th. 2 outs. And this could be Bybee's, or will most likely be Bybee's last chance to get a hit in this game. Pitch thrown, 0-2 count, swung on and missed, and that's going to be strike 3 as Regent's able to retire the inning, only giving up 1 run. And we'll see you top of the 9th, where it looks like it'll be ending of the game. Let's see if Regent can make a 7-run comeback. And we're back with you guys, top of the 9th in a 7-14 ball game. As SVU is looking to close them out, and Thomas Bradley's up to pitcher on the mound. It's going to be a quick 0-1 count here. As Regent's on their final 3 outs of the ball game. You would hope to see Regent with some sort of life here to end the game, even if they can't make a comeback. Hopefully make it interesting for the car ride home. It's going to be swung on and hit. Foul ball, 0-2 count, just like that. And if you're SVU, this is a game that you feel pride in taking. You battle through adversity. You have a lot of young guys playing, and you're still able to go up 7 runs against a good Regent team. Ball's going to be too low. 1-2 count. 0 outs, top of the 9th. And again, baseball is one of the sports you never know what can happen. Get a couple runners on. You never know. But Regent is slowly running out of hope here. Down 7 runs. With only 3 outs left. 1-2 count here. Pitch thrown. A little too high. 2-2 count. Seven to 14 game. Top of the 9th. Swung on and hit. Foul ball. Souvenir for a fan. 2-2 count. Thomas Bradley had to come in last inning when bases were loaded and was able to get that out because they said the batter leaned in. That's a swing and a miss. Like I was saying, Thomas came in, and when bases were loaded, I was able to finally get that final out as the ump ruled the batter leaned into the pitch. Regent on their last 2 outs of this afternoon / evening now. 7 to 14 ball game, 1 out. Pitch thrown, a little too high. 1-0 count. Regent desperate here, just to get something going. Pitch thrown, hit on and swung, and that's a hit, and that's gone out of the park. 330 feet. That gives Regent some type of life, something to talk about on the bus ride home. 8 to 14 ball game, down 6 runs. Like I was saying, you never know. You get a couple people on, and you keep doing something like that, and next thing you know, you're in a ball game. That's still, if my math is correct, a 6-run game. That's good for morale. Can Regent start to get the bats going their way? The dugout finally has something to cheer about. It's the first home run of the day. That goes 330 feet out the park. Same spot, Marcelino hit his home run. 1-0 count. 8 to 14 ball game. And they're going to rule that a ball. He did not go. 2-0 count. 1 out. Regent on their last 2 outs of their lives here, but have made things a little fun hitting a home run. Can they do the same thing here? Get the bats hot. That's just in case SVU is warming up another pitcher, and that's going to be a strike. 1-2 count. SVU is warming up another pitcher. It's hard to see who it is. But if he gets out here, you can't imagine he actually gets subbed in here. We'll most likely see the Thomas Bradley show to end here. 2-2 count. Pitch thrown. 3-2 count. That looks questionable. Full count here. Top of the 9th. Regent on their last 2 outs. Swung on and hit. Foul ball. Woo. Almost hits a lady, then bounces and hits a car. Wow. 3-2 count. Down 6. Top of the 9th. Regent on their last 2 outs. Full count. A little too high, and that's going to walk him. Batter goes to first. That's going to be a ball. And again, this is exactly, if you're a Regent, this is exactly what you want. Just stay alive. Staying alive. That's what you want to do here. 1-0 count, down 6 for Regent. The final 2 outs. Pitch is thrown. Strike, 1-1 count. Pitcher steps off the mound, 1-1 count still. 8-14 game. Regent desperate, last 2 outs. Ball's going to hit the floor. 2-1 count. Two one count, swung on and hit, and that's going to be a foul ball. Another gift for the fan, for a fan. 2-2 count here. Pitch coming. Regent on their last 2 outs. Too far inside, full count. Full count here. Regent last 2 outs. Ball too high, walk. Woo, things get interesting here. A game SVU was dominating. Can they slip up at the top of this 9th? 6-run game, 1 out. Regent on their final 2 outs and doing everything possible to stay alive. You can imagine here, if Thomas can't retire this batter, you probably will see a pitching change shortly. If we do get a runner on third and scoring position, that ball's going to be too high. Ball 1, 1-0 count. You got to imagine you will see a pitching change shortly if he cannot get this batter out of here. And all of a sudden, Regent, that's going to be able to steal. Runner goes to third. Runner goes to second because the catcher cannot field the pitch. And Thomas Cox is telling his team to relax. He's going to come out and talk to his team. I would too. Settle down Thomas a little bit. You don't want to give this Regent team any hope. Because now there's a runner on third and a runner on second. You never know what can happen. As earlier we just saw someone hit a home run. He just needs to settle down. There's 2 more outs remaining in this game and a 6-run lead. Has a little talk. Again, that pitcher is done warming up. So let's see what can happen here. The last thing you want, though, is bases loaded with the opportunity of someone coming on and cutting a deficit to 2. I can really rip the heart out of a team here. But Regent with a little momentum, top of this 9th here, fighting with their last 2 outs. Runner on third, runner on second. Pitch thrown. Strike. There we go. 2-1 count. Regent on their final 2 outs. Swung on and foul ball. 2-2 count. Barely got ahead of that. That was a good pitch by Thomas. Can you retire him right here? 2-2 count. It will kill Regent's momentum. Pitch is thrown. Swung on and foul ball again. We're going to do this again. 2-2 count. Pitch is thrown. 3-2 count, full count, and just like that, Regent's dugout's getting a little loud. They get someone on board, bases loaded. You never know. That's the one thing about this sport, you never know. Full count here. Regent on their last 2 outs, pitch thrown, and swung on and missed. What a pitch. 1 more out. Regent on their last out, their last chance to survive. Thomas And Tyler Cox is going to come out and talk to Thomas. I think he might make a pitching change here. Seems like that's exactly what he's going to do, get this final out and get on with this game. SVU still up 6 runs. Now Regent on their last out. It's nearing the end stage of this game, and we'll be back with you after Tyler's done talking to his pitcher. Regent down to the last out as SVU does make a change at the mound. Camden Brogdon subs in, try to get this last out, stop all the momentum for Regent. They're on their final life here, 1 out away. SVU dominant performance so far today in a 14-8 ball game. Pitch, it's going to be a little too far outside, 1-0 count. One 0 count. Regent on their last life. Pitch is way too far inside. That's actually going to end up hitting the batter. Bases loaded here for Regent with 1 out left. Down 6. Could see a Chris Paul shot, or are they going to actually come back and win this game? We will see. Low count, ball right down the middle. That's a 0-1 count. Regent on their last leg. 8-14 ball game. Here at Charlie Manuel Field. Second pitch coming. Swung on and hit. And he can't field it. And that's going to be a foul ball. So redoing this thing again. 0-2 count here. 2 outs. Regent on their last out of the evening here. Down 0-2 in the count. Brogdon trying to end the game for Southern Virginia University and put a cherry on top of an excellent performance by SVU, putting up 14 runs. Pop up, and that should be ball game. Agnew's under it. Agnew got it. Bybee got it, and that's all she wrote. SVU wins 14-8, in a ball game where they dominated. And you see the celebration here at Charlie Emanuel Field as SVU wins 8-14. 8-14. Thank you. Have a blessed night. We'll see you later.